Greetings from the corner of West 30th Street and Lorain Avenue in Ohio City of Cleveland, Ohio. Today is Saturday, June 15th, 2024. It is 2:18 p.m. Eastern Time and very nice 72 degrees. And the week before it's going to get up to the 90s in Cleveland, so very pleasant day before that all comes. Here's the St. Ignatius High School campus. Looks like some people might be getting like a tour or something right now. They've got the nice greenery and stuff. We've already passed the Ohio City area. Sorry, when I say Ohio City, I mean West 25th Street area of Lorain Avenue. Now, one thing, I'm not sure exactly where this is going to be located, but an opening in fall 2025, you can see that they're announcing they're going to be opening DeSanto Hall. So what seems to be a new building going to be opening. So that'll be interesting. That might actually be next to the football field based on more of the renderings we see over there. You can see some of the blue and pink flowers. Yeah, right. I think it's going to be maybe next to the football field just based on the fact that this looks like the track and field. But I don't know exactly what it's going to host besides what those renderings are showing. It looks like it could be partially some of the locker rooms, so I don't know if it's purely an athletics building or not. So today we're just going to try to do at least a brief walk down Lorain Avenue and check out some of the businesses that are operating. There seems to be more of an expansion of Ohio City pushing westward on Lorain. We'll see how much activity we can gather from that. Coming up on the right side, you'll have the fire station. I think they have a Tasmanian devil as part of their logo on the building. Fire station number 4. And then over there on the other side of the street, you have the West Side Catholic Center. As we approach West 32nd Street, the 22 bus runs down Lorain for the whole way, but also the 45 bus comes part way. Over there on the left is Ohio City Pizzeria, a very popular place, but every time I come by, I swear it seems like they're closed at the moment. This one says Ohio Provisions City. Looks like a bread and delicatessen shop of some kind. The Ohio City Pizzeria is often seems to have closures either due to an event that booked the place or some type of other thing going on. Here's Lord City Gallery. Yeah, I was impressed on the way up here earlier by the number of businesses. Now you still have, it's very scattered, like it's not like Gordon Square or the actual West 25th and Lorain area yet. And by that I mean you still have a lot of dead spots, but you've mixed that in with a lot of businesses now. So you're seeing a positive effect of some kind, whereas let's say 5-10 years ago, this would still be, entirely a very dead stretch of things. Over there on the left side is Planet Fitness. There's a ton of cars that are always in the parking lot, so I assume that it's very well utilized. That was a unique thrift store when I was a kid. And over there on the left, you also have the Ohio City gas location. And then on the block following that, Metro Health. I think it's a dentistry place. I'm not 100% positive. Going over that way would take you to Fulton. There's one of the Cleveland Public Library branches that are over there too. I feel like this building was has some good history to it. You can see right here it says established 1891. Possibly it could have been a bank, but I'm not 100% sure on that either, what used to be there. So now we're at Fulton and Lorain. So Fulton would bend around the corner there, going up toward 25th Street, but it also, if you're taking it southbound, will go that direction. There's also the sign here that's promoting some more information that's going to be coming up about the Lorain Avenue Cleveland Midway, where they hope to build a dedicated bike lane. Now originally I thought maybe this is the one that's going to be on the side, so it's not going to be in the middle of the street, but they're going to try to have a dedicated bike lane going down one side of the street with traffic. So there are plans to have a dramatic change to Lorain Avenue between West 20th Street and West 65th Street in the future. That would give people another route to do, because currently you could go several blocks that way and ride the Red Line Greenway, which is something that opened a few years ago and runs along the RTA Red Line Rapid train. That's a dedicated bike path, but you're away from everything. This would be one that's actually on Lorain Avenue. And that could be something that also helps liven up the area. So imagine you have that project and you continue to have an influx of more businesses come. This could easily make the same type of transformation that Detroit Avenue made. Now over here you've got the mural of bicycles, and that leads up to Friedrich Bicycle. Now as far as I know, they still are going to be closing permanently, unless there's been an update. I know there was some wiggle room that maybe a new buyer would come in and do something, but the store is currently still open. You can see the sign that says open. Let me try to grab a picture. Yeah, it says established or Friedrich Bicycle since 1883, so a super long time. Now it looks like, I feel like their windows used to be all across the thing. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but their windows are always kind of faded, so it's hard to see inside. But yeah, so even though I'm pointing the camera, you probably can't really get a grasp of what's in the store. Yeah, this area here is also part of Friedrich Bicycle. I don't know if things are discounted if they're still going out of business, or if they're going to have a clearance sale at some point. I do know it says tire clearance $5.50 and up, but I feel like that sign, based on how it looks, has been here a long time, and they still have these help wanted signs up. So I'm gonna have to research to see if there's been any more information. I just remember several months ago, or maybe that was the end of the last year, that there was an article about them getting ready to close at some point this year. So over there's a barber shop, but also almost saw an accident there. There's also a barbecue place. And then over here there is Juneberry Table. I think maybe they're closed now. When I came by earlier, that's an early closure for a Saturday. When I came by earlier, there was like 10 people around the area patroning it. Yeah, still a lot of vacancies, but as we keep walking further, you'll also notice a lot of new structures. Like, you can tell where buildings were torn down in recent years and new structures went up. Like, I feel like this building here might be a fairly recent one. There's Trippy Italian Specialties. Not sure if they're open right now. A lot of these places don't have hours in the store. There we go. They're also in this part. Now open for breakfast, 8 o'clock. Let's see what their menu says. Papa Tony sandwich, $14. Chicken parm sandwich, $12. Pizza, $20 for a half sheet. I wonder if they sell like smaller portions, or maybe they're more of a catering business. It says open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then over here you also have Goldie's Bakery. Welcome to Goldie's, home of Cleveland's #1 donuts. Open daily Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and also Sundays, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. or until sold out. Let's try to grab a picture of that. Like the picture of the dog with the donuts too. So that's one of the newer spots on downtown Cleveland, or sorry, the lower west side of Cleveland on Lorain Avenue. I'm gonna pause for a second since the light just changed. I mean, also over there, that building's, I think, relatively on the newer side of things. It has the H&R Block on the lower side and living quarters on the other part. This is a one-way street on Randall. So traffic only goes one way, and there's another one that is also one way. I don't know if it's a little up ahead or if that was something we already passed up. Over here you have a sign that says Proof Barbecue, the best barbecue in the land. Patio open. I think the patio is in the back there. I see a bunch of umbrellas, so that's pretty cool. They got a barbecue here. Also a tattoo shop here. Some scissor bike racks. I don't know if that's related to architecture. What is this place though? Online booking available. I feel like it could be a salon, but I'm not positive. They have a sign for an old antique shop, antiques and refinements, or refinishing, sorry, and craftsmanship. I feel like that place is not open though. Right here though, you have Cleveland Brew Shop, Home Brewers Unite. They have ingredients and equipment, classes and events. So just in the windows you see like a lot of wine bottles and other gadgets, stuff to dispense it. Right here is Duck Rabbit Coffee. So you can see the rabbit symbol up there, and they're open right now. I can see someone at least inside. And then you also have Lake Erie Pet Food Company, established in 2015, which is funny because for them being around almost a decade, it's one of those places where I don't, like, it didn't jump out to me like, oh yeah, I know there's a pet food store on Lorain Avenue. Open Saturdays 12 to 4. You see the fun little toys that pets can enjoy. Over there on the left side of the street, there's a place on the corner of 42nd and Lorain that says Lady Luck's Hair Parlor, and then right after that there's a, not sure the pronunciation, Zinji Noodle Bar. Then there's a car repair and tire sale place. And then there's a little mural on the side of the building next to that. On our right side here is McCafferty Health Center. The Thomas M. McCafferty Health Center, part of the Department of Public Health for the City of Cleveland. I don't know how many customers they're getting, but Domino's Pizza moved in here, I want to say, within the past year at 44th and Lorain. A 22's blocking our way. No, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so that Domino's Pizza is new. There used to be one on like 65th and what's the street over there? 65th and Franklin, so diagonally toward that direction of where the camera's pointing. That one closed a long time ago, so the closest one in Cleveland for a while was up between 105th and 110th and Lorain Avenue. There's been a Domino's there and still is. But, and now you've got the one here to serve more of the lower west side. So the building itself there obviously is fairly new. Some of the newer construction I've been talking about. It's like everything's being piecemealed together, but I can imagine like years from now, more and more buildings will probably be torn down or rehabbed. If you're ever down this way, also there's a very cool mural on the side of that Sherwin-Williams building depicting Cleveland related things. So feel free to check that out. Got a Sunoco gas station here. I believe it's still there too at this next street. If you made a right turn and then it's not too far down, sort of where that fencing is or a little bit beyond it. I thought there used to be like a Cleveland tool loan program where there's certain tools you could try to like check out or loan out for either a day or a week or something like that. There's Lakeshore Motors. Across the street there, a Notary and Title, as well as Edgar's Towing. And then now we're approaching West 45th Street and Lorain. You can see on the left side over there it says Stir Studio Kitchen, and there's also Rose Parlor. But see, that's the type of building like I don't think they would tear down. There's nothing wrong with it. And several of these other ones, they may just, you know, need a little bit of polishing on the outside or have some new businesses move in. You got a Tap House Arsenal Cider Horse. I'm guessing that's like a bar of some kind. Liberty Home Mortgage Corporation, even something like this. I mean, granted, that's not for, you know, people to really enjoy extensively, but if you're just, you know, walking the area, that's still pretty cool to have. Instead of a vacant storefront, you've got some stuff. And then this is Forest City Shuffleboard Arena and Bar. Trying to grab a picture here. People were playing the shuffleboard earlier. I don't know if there's anyone out there right now. I don't hear any activity. But what's cool is you have this little outdoor area, as well as the shuffleboarding that you could do. Yeah, see the shuffleboarding, so you could play there. I think they also have indoor ones based on someone having one inside. Now, if you look across the street, that's an example of a building that I could see, like, okay, that would need rehab. This one over here, which they do have scaffolding up, maybe they're doing that. I mean, there's a truck there that says restoration and sealants. And then this building that's right here next to this tiny Kelly Auto Group, I believe this is a brand new building where you can have residences. And when you have that too, more residences that can move in the area. I don't know if this one will have retail level shopping, but that'll be, a nice addition. You start getting more and more of that. You're changing the culture of the neighborhood. It takes a long time because, I've been in this area consistently for 20 years, seeing it on the bus line. So I know how generally dead it's been, but you're progressively seeing those changes from the popularity of the Ohio City area creep down here, similar to how Detroit Avenue had that bit of a transformation, whether it be the Hingetown area or it's hard to say Gordon Square, because Gordon Square I did feel like had some stuff before they revamped that a bit. Over here on the left side, you actually have one of the full Metro health centers for the Ohio City neighborhood. Then back to our right, you've got Little Footsteps. I don't know if that's a daycare or some other program. There's a pots and plants place, table for two, vintage home. So there's a lot of plants in that window area. Table for two looks like it has some unique home furnishings that people could explore. And this building here also looks see if this one's not new, then it's definitely like polished up. And that's what I'm talking about, that can be done to a lot of these places. But you have BB Folk here, a modern mercantile, the dry goods, vintage, houseware, and gifts. Buy Right Auto Sales. Back there's an early education center. That's why you have some of the playground stuff. And you also have the Urban Community School right here. This might be where they're holding that meeting for the Midway project on June 26th, I think it said, but not entirely possible. Right here, comedy shows, 7:30 and 9:30. Comedy and also classes. Looks like they have improv game night by the Imposters, the panel show, What Are We Doing, dynamic duels, improvised life. So that's pretty nice. Imposters theater. So improv and sketch. I don't remember that being there in the past. So I think that's the majority of what I feel like is the push out to Ohio City, or from Ohio City, and like some of the upgrades I've seen on Lorain Avenue. I'm not sure if there's anything more in the coming blocks, but let me at least get to West 53rd up here and see. There's also a nice mural there. Today we learn together, tomorrow we land together. Sense Pizza and Goods. Is that? I don't know, there's bottles in there, so I feel like they're open. I wish a lot of these places had hours actually posted. That's the number one complaint I have about businesses. It's like, what are your hours? Some people may opt not to have that hours posted if maybe they just have some fluctuating hours and they can update them online instead. This says coming soon, Green Wave Healthy Foods and Beverage and Cafe. I don't know if that, sometimes you see those signs and it just ends up being an old sign of something that never actually moved in. Other times it could actually be a legitimate, like, oh, coming soon. Over there across the street says Nook and Cranny. Looks like they have some little, well, like it says, nooks and crannies and antique items. You see a couple people riding on the scooters. This may be a little bar area. Judith, it says. So the Red Line Greenway, if you take it, I believe starts right over there on West 53rd Street. And then you would take it going toward downtown, so the opposite direction of where I'm going. And then now we're approaching West 54th and Lorain Avenue. I'm sure we've passed it up already, but one of the spots that I've been by on Lorain would have had that old hot dog diner place. I just don't remember the exact location. And something like this where it says Mivoli's Pizza and Ribs. Based on the door there, I doubt this place has been in business for a long time. And over there, that Queen and King bed frames place looks like it's out of business. The barbershop here says open. And there's also a barber shop right there on West 57th and Lorain that says open. So you can kind of see, hopefully, if you're familiar with Lorain Avenue in this area, where some of that transformation I was alluding to has been taking place, where the boundary seems to be, but also envision when they build that, assuming they go through with it, and it sounds pretty sure that they will in the future, go through with that bike path plan and restructuring of Lorain Avenue from 60th, I think it's 65th maybe, to 20th. You know, you can envision how all these pieces are coming together. This used to be a little bit of a community garden here. I don't know when that went away though. Now it just says property by Cleveland Bricks. But maybe that's part of the thing, like they're trying to find a new tenant to include here. I'm gonna let the car go. Right down there you've got a little Lorain Avenue supermarket, it's called. I was pondering this the other day or actually this morning when I was talking to my mom, just thinking out loud about it. I wonder why, like, you would think of Mark's and Giant Eagle. You have two Mark's stores on the Upper West Side of Cleveland. One at near 140th in Lorain, the other one at Cam's Corner in Lorain. And then you've got two Giant Eagles on the Upper West Side. One at 117th. If you go toward Lakewood a little bit, so off of Lorain. And you've also got the smaller Giant Eagle on Edgecliff. But you don't have either of those stores on the lower west side of Cleveland. Unless I'm like completely spacing on things. Instead, you have two Dave's supermarkets. Although the one Dave's is near, I don't know if it's like West 86th or something, or maybe a little bit further down. And the other one's in Ohio City. And you may have like a couple of Save Lots that are closer to the lower west side. But then neither of those, Dave's or Save Lots, seem like they're on the upper west side. So just was thinking it was interesting how those stores seem to have a differentiation between the lower and upper west sides of Cleveland. Over there across the street is the Michael's Own Rec Center. And then right here, this has been around for a while now, but when I was growing up and going to college even still, so even back in like 2007 and a few years after that, this was not here still. Sometime a little bit after that, they started building this, so you've got a mix of housing. Businesses haven't really filled in as far as I know. Usually I just see the Urban Cuts barber shop on the corner here that's been open. But before all that, this was just an empty grass field. And this is the West 65th and Lorain Avenue Eco Village. And then, so if you just kept walking down that way, you would get to the Rapid Station at West 65th, which I always think of as the least popular Rapid Station from my experience. Say again, further down, that's where you'd enter the Rapid Station and go down to the lower level. See, there's a soccer game going on. Someone set up a tent. Looks like they're doing food. I assume the food is for like whatever group is there doing the soccer. But yeah, we're gonna get ready to wrap this video up at the next intersection, which will be West 65th and Lorain Avenue. So just a few more places to note on our way there. You got ARJ's Auto Sales. I think a lot of people know, who've been longtime Cleveland residents, know of Many Heart Plumbing and Heating Supply Company. One of those like old school local businesses. You can still get those little parts at. Yeah, not much going on toward this corner, except trying to dodge the glass that's on the ground. See the 25 bus going down there also. So if you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let us know in the comments what you think of that portion of Lorain Avenue. We will see you next time.